It's been a little bit, hasn't it, folks? Yeah, your commentator's finally recovered from his crazy cold that lasted for 2.5 weeks, but we're back with the ARC Formula 1 Championship, Round 7, the Canadian Grand Prix. And, it's not 100% gone. I might clear my throat a few times, but that's also probably just down to being asthmatic. But anyway. Oh, that was in sync. Okay. That was also in sync. What the heck? Yeah, let's see here. Everything's situated. I have to kind of get back into the equilibrium here because I have not commentated in a couple of weeks. You have a couple of new actually no, it's just the one. No, it's 2 debuting drivers today. I just don't know the name of the Red Bull driver, but here's the first of the two, Cameron Dowds, taking the Williams for today in the complete absence of anybody from DTR. And then we also have, I don't know your name, so I never actually got his name told to me, so I'll just call him either the Red Bull driver or SimV. Yeah, top being one of the new debuting drivers, Cameron Dowd is also the first one to start a hot lap, so we'll put the camera on him for the first minute or so. That's the qualifying laps at Montreal. Not really that long, it's like 1:10 for a okay lap. And that's on race pace. Qualifying laps, we're looking probably into the 1:07s for a pole lap. Much later on in the session when all the rubber is laid down and everybody's on the fastest tires, which right now is basically everybody is, I think he's here to watch. Because Wolfgang Stone has not signed up for AF1. That's what that is. He's more of a NASCAR driver. And again, so is like 40% of this field. So he brushed the wall next to the hairpin. We'll see how the provisional first lap of the session stacks up. And we're already into the 108s. It's faster than I've ever driven around here. Jake Scarborough follows up with the 110.5, however he is on medium tires, so there's still a little bit more pace. Nathan Carr, the 108.6, and a 108.8 from AJ. And then Liam Carog with a 108.7, but he's on the medium tires. SimV with a 108.4. It's very close qualifying up to this point, but then again, it's only 7 cars. It's Mikey DeJong on mediums with a 109. Yeah, it's more likely that qualifying will be a lot closer here, considering the fact that, you know, the track is like 1:10 lap. Adam Pelk is far from a debuting driver, but he's making his long absent return to Formula 1 racing. I already couldn't... The last time he probably raced, I was on track with him, so... He's finally back, and he's here to shake off some of the rust. We're at a 1:11.8 on his first lap. And Nick Kelly is going down, not really the back straightaway, it's just the straightaway. And he's on, well, about to begin his first lap. I'd be interested to see if the Wall of Champions can catch anybody off guard today, or if possibly not. It's also on medium tires, so this isn't representative either. Of like his ultimate pace. And even then, he's still going awfully fast from what I can tell. If you're on medium, this will be an easy 109 if he keeps up this pace for the rest of the next 3 corners. Walk up into the hairpin. 3rd gear on exit. That's, well, yeah, you get plenty of traction. He hits down the straightaway. It's not the back straightaway, it's geographically on the same side of the track as the front straightaway, so it's weird. Pelk cooked out of the last corner, and he will run a 108.7 on mediums. Dowds is already on his next outlap, as is Scarborough. Right, I can't hold the button to scroll down the list, I have to mash it. I forgot. Scarborough still on medium tires. These must be, yeah, these are used. And never mind, apparently Wolfgang Stone is racing. I hadn't noticed there was an AlphaTauri seat open. And I didn't even notice Connor Hannock and Mitch Kahan are on their laps. Mitch Kahan will complete his first lap. He's moved to the Red Bull after being replaced at McLaren by this man, who you can't see, it's Liam Angelo. Wolfgang Stone with a 10.2. Matthew Stott is also on his lap. I'm missing stuff down here, clearly. A bit of a nudge on the wall, and he'll manage a 108.9. Here comes Connor Hannock. And then we have the last, kind of last wave of qualifying laps between Travis Van Nissendorp, Kyler Boggs, and Connor nope, never mind, not Connor Suchel. Very unique line to the wall of champions will net Hannock at 109.3. As Van Nissendorp begins his next lap. I don't really know whether I watch him or if I watch one of the top cars. Well, we'll look at Cameron Dowds, who's finished his second lap, and there's already into the 107s. It didn't even take the whole session, we're already there. Simbi also on his lap. Christian Pacheco, in the meantime, went on a 108.5 somewhere, and I didn't see it. Based on the fact he's in a Red Bull and he's got this bright orange helmet, I think Simbi here might be a Max Verstappen fan. Max Verstappen. Who's Verstappen? And the second offering, not an improvement. As Liam Angelo and Lee Kelly are on outlaps, Cedric Nickel is in the middle of his lap. Dick Scarborough improved to 109.5, but considering where he sits on the board, he didn't really gain much. Van Nissendorp managed to 109.4. Jordan Parker is finally on his lap. 108.7 for AJ Knickel. That was an improvement, but I don't know. I think he only went up like one place. As Jonathan Parker comes down the straightaway to complete his first lap of the session. It'll be a decent one, a 108.5, brings him to 4th on the board. A very clear divide at the front of the grid so far compared to the rest of it. Yeah, it's Christian Pacheco. That is a lap. That is a lap. Yes. He is on a hot lap right now. a little bit sketchy out of the hairpin. You see, he had the nerve to actually be in second gear. AJ Kaneko improves further with a 108.4, despite being on worn tires, and I think Christian just got invalidated there. Nathan Carr is on his next outlap. This angle really looked weird. It looked like Mitch was going to completely overrun the hairpin, but he did not. William Carog manages a 108.1. Then we need to get out of these qualifying sessions, man. I can't deal with all these numbers. And Mikey DeJong in the background, as I wasn't paying attention to him, ran a 108.1. And Lee Kelly broke the 107 to the 99, but just barely in there, but he's in there. Like he uses the DRS despite being at half throttle. Anyway, random uncomedic humor aside, we have the next set of laps. I think these are all on laps. Nope, just Nathan Carr. The other two are heading into the pits, so never mind. You can't really tell because there's no in-lap marker. Almost into the 107s, a 108.135 for Carr. Puts him third for the moment. Matthew Stotts, I believe this is an actual lap. Tyler Boggs finally exits the pit once more. He is the only driver in the session who has yet to make a lap. Three seconds separating the entire grid. It's no F1 qualifying, but for ARC, it's pretty close. And Matthew Stotts has cooked it in the hairpin. That's his lap finished. Let's see if Mitch Kahan can improve. He's on medium still. He must be committed to that. Same as can be said with Connor Hannock, who's also on another. Nope. That's a lie. Okay, I should probably change that. Oh my. That chicane just tried to destroy Connor Hannock, but he managed to keep that thing on the road. I probably wouldn't have. I'd be in a barrier right about now. So yeah, Scarborough is in fact not on medium tires at all. He's on soft now. Matthew Stotts has had enough. Well, I was still 108.8 for Connor Hannock, despite that huge hesitation going into the Wall of Champions. Oh, 9-1 for Jake Scarborough, and oh my. Pushing on the in-lap. Pacheco starting an out-lap. But for out-laps, I'm more concerned with the cars near the front. Tyler Boggs with another installation lap, apparently. He seems intent on not qualifying unless he's saving everything for the last possible minute. Nathan Carr and Mikey DeJong are both on out laps as well. Emmanuel Carog has actually begun a lap. So we'll just put the camera there. DRS zone, I find it to be a little bit pointless, because it doesn't really seem to me like that's a valid passing zone. Dowd seems confident in his qualifying time, or he just doesn't have the tires left to go for another try. That's probably the more likely reasoning. Jake Scarborough with the same. Almighty exit from the wall of champions will propel Liam Carog into the 107s. And we'll now put the camera on Nathan Carr, so he'll be the next to begin a lap. Thought I was seeing somebody exiting the pits in there. No, I am delusional. There are no cars there at all. I'm going with the only major player that I can tell that is like really not living up to it right now. Oh, huge one for Nathan Carr. I don't know if he might have damaged his car on that wall or if he got away with that. It certainly doesn't look like he got any damage. He's just not driving like he got any damage, so I'm going to assume he did not. Nathan Carr for his final lap. Can he break into the 107s? There's a little scare in that chicane. I don't think so. No, he will not. He will not even improve. Will Mickey De Jong do so? Yes, the 107.80. Just one, not even like half of a hundredth off of pole, but it is not enough. And we got Sim V, Lee Kelly, Mitch Gahan finally reveals his true potential with that 108.23. Christian Pacheco also back there. He ran a faster lap time than I missed, and he has his retired car. I think the camera should be on Sim V right about now. He'll be the next car to complete his run. Sim V will also reach the 107s, 107.9 for him. I don't know why you did that one, buddy. We're never gonna get around back in time to run that lap. Connor Suchell, I didn't even notice he was down here. Oh my, he's got quite a bit to improve if he's going to be starting where I think he should be. He's gonna get a little bit of it. He's gonna jump Jake Scarborough, but that's about it. Wolfgang Stone and Adam Pelk has retired the car, meaning the only one on track is now Kahan, who's pitting in, and now we get a wait. Well, analyze the result on the grid in the formation lap. So, by the end of it, qualifying tightened up a little bit. Actually, never mind. Still 3 seconds, the difference between the slowest and fastest. It wet my throat after talking through qualifying. If only I had the omnipresent camera system of F1, it'd be a lot easier to do this stuff, but... I mean, I can talk as much as I want, but I'm inevitably going to miss a lot of things just due to the fact that, you know, I can only be in one place at one time. I don't have access to every camera at every time. Nor can I turn back the tapes. So as the formation lap runs its course is when now I'll begin to, see, we only have 3 takers on, medium compound tires that are outside of the top 10 and, you know, would therefore have the option to start on them. Matthew Stotts, Connor Setchell, and Tyler Boggs, the only ones. Which, if you get an early safety car, that idea will probably unfold, which is likely why nobody else is doing it. Because it's the Canadian GP, we're probably going to have that. Yeah, so on his debut event, Cameron Dowds has taken the pole position, followed by Mikey De Jong, Liam Carog, the Red Bull driver. I'll have to get his name for next week, if he continues to run. Lee Kelly, Nathan Carr, Mitch Kahan, Christian Pacheco, AJ Knickel, Jonathan Parker was the last car within the top 10. Then we have Travis Van Nusendorp starting right behind his teammate, Connor Hannick, Matthew Stotts, Connor Setchell, Jake Scarborough, Wolfgang Stone, excuse me, Adam Pelk, returning after several months away due to personal life issues, and finally Kyler Boggs, who did not qualify. Keep done with that. Away! Away with you! And it's the 5 red lights. And we are green from the Canadian GP. It's a tentative start. Nobody really gets anywhere off the green. Cameron Dowds pulls ahead completely. And behind them we have cars too wide. There's also some cars ghosting. That's because of the formation lap. Thank you, Codemasters. That'll go away after a lap or two. We'll just try to ignore it and assume that they are indeed solid objects. We have a battle between an Alfa Romeo and a Racing Point. Well, obviously the Racing Point has to be Christian Pacheco. Those weird onboard cameras are not appetizing to me in the slightest. Racing Point had a look, but he could not find space. Here comes a Haas car on a McLaren. The McLaren is AJ. I can see the number on the side of his car. I think that'll be the end of the first initial period of no HUD. Driver's making all kinds of swerving, but there's nowhere to really pass. He wouldn't ever dare to try the Wall of Champions on lap 1. Our driver, you just don't do that. Closest battle is, well, doesn't get much closer than that between Lee Kelly and Christian Pacheco. They were rubbing non-existent fenders there. Adam Pelk has been caught speeding on the pit lane. He must have been involved in some sort of off-screen crash on the first lap. Connor Hennig versus Van Oostendorp. And on the outside, Hennig will get that move made. Meanwhile, Lee Kelly is following quickly. He's basically getting out of the way at this point, and he must have some bad damage that I can't tell. Mainly because I'm not in a camera where I can see the front of the car. Yeah, he's missing an end plate. Clearly his braking force is suffering as a result of that. It was always interesting watching somebody make a pit stop while close racing. Yeah, now you can't pit because there's a car there. Well, that's one way to do it, but that's still really sketchy. Adam Pelk is backwards on the circuit. Thank you. And there's a safety car due to that. Yeah, because given it much longer, he would have been caught up by the leaders, so... the safety car due to Adam's errors. It's really the only uncharacteristic way I could say that. I sound like a jerk. And there's the aforementioned early safety car. I definitely called that. I mean, come on, it's an ARC Formula 1 race. You really think there wouldn't be a safety car in the first quarter? Another 5-second penalty for Adam Pelk. They are just stacking up like Ritz crackers right now. Stack Ritz crackers. Oh my. Okay. There's no analogies. Most people would be silly to pit, or not to pit, rather. Unless you're on a different compound, like these drivers back here. Yeah, Skylar Boggs is staying out. Looks like somebody else is staying out. It's it's Connor Stutchell, who's, yeah, medium, yep. All the medium tire runners are staying out, and all of the drivers that are pitting are putting on medium tires. There'll be a lot of yellow on the grid right about now. So Dowds will have his first overtaking challenge, as it were. I couldn't find them to be too hard, but it's still something you'll have to do. Not to mention now he has that 5-second penalty on his head, so... See position change, well... Actually, never mind, there's no point in really looking at that right now because of these cars up here. I was about to say, like, oh, everybody's in the line, we can restart the lap. No, that's not really how this works. This isn't NASCAR. You have to go for another lap just because, you know, that's how the safety car is supposed to work. Nope, Johnny Parker got caught speeding, I believe. Imagine going fast on a racetrack. Parker has served his penalty, not stop. It's not a stop go. can probably put Pelk's errors up to this point down to just general rust. Will be with Carog's point of view as we hit the safety car restart. Safety car is tearing off. Now you're gonna need all the temperature you can get for this turn one. Everybody do the conga line! Even though it looks more like a waltz, but here we are. And the restart is green, and the Renault driver pulled off pretty well. I mean, you have the ace in the hole when you're the one controlling the restart. A little bit of dirt on Matthew Stott's tires. And just about keep the Williams at bay for the moment. And no longer. Now he's arguing with Mikey DeJong. And he manages to keep his car barely on track, so probably not ahead. Yeah, no, he lost a couple of places from that one. Meanwhile, behind him, we have the Ferrari and the Red Bull fighting. I don't know which one is which. I assume the Ferrari is Nathan Carr. I don't know who the Red Bull is. Now it's a Red Bull and a McLaren. This Red Bull got off really poorly off that chicane and gave Pinnacle a chance to aggress. Switching lanes like a BMW on an interstate. Or whatever they would call highways in Canada. I can bring the UI back for a moment. What has happened? Nothing. Nathan Carr is currently has the fastest lap. Matthew Stott is already down to 7th place. 8th place. Get this camera out of here. Cameron Dowds is about to meet the creeper over here with Kyler Boggs ahead. Stott's down to 9th. Lee Kelly versus AJ Knickel for the last spot in the top 10. Knickel just kind of backing away. No sense in fighting over it just yet. We got plenty of time in this race. Nathan Carr versus Liam Carog as they head towards the Wall of Champions, but Nathan Carr is going to get all the way ahead before it becomes a problem. Mikey DeJong putting some pressure on the Williams ahead. And of course, Cameron still has that 5-second penalty from speeding in the pit lane earlier. There's just about a tiniest bit of contact there, but I don't think it really did anything. If there even was contact, or if it was just, you know, servers. Cameron Dowd is going to arrive and get a little bit of a squeeze by the racing point, but that is not going to stop him anyway. He's going to get ahead of Kyler Boggs anyway. And there is a yellow. I do not know. Oh, it's Nathan Carr around. Meanwhile, in the back, just about running Scarborough out of track. The tire difference there, my god. I can't remember if I just drive right through the Renault car. Oh, squeezed a little bit by Setchel. And DeJong has just about cleared the racing point behind. Speaking of racing point, there goes Christian Pacheco sending it on the outside of Carog. And, well, you don't really get away with that very often, but when you do. Racing boys are in a train, but I don't expect to see any kind of team orders given here. Mainly because it's Kyler Boggs' team. So, there you go. Never mind, I am apparently totally wrong. He's going to Pacheco out of his way. What is caution? Oh, Sim V is spun, lost places, missed the corner in neutral. Oh, that was in the pits, it looks like. No? I don't know where he is. Oh yeah, he's in the pits. There were bogs pitting in. I don't think that was planned. I think he got damaged somewhere along the way and I didn't notice. Two Renault drivers, nose to tail. Hunter Setchel is kind of breaking way. I don't... No, not real. Well, he kind of is. Exactly that, kind of. Check it with that maneuver. That was daring. I'm not really sure if that would be... Yeah, he's probably being forced to give that one back. I was gonna say, that doesn't really look valid to me. DRS engaged, although Setchel also has it, barely. So, nothing doing just there. Checo will brake early, be prepared for the next straightaway. Still DRS for both drivers. Squeeze again. Oh, kitchen sponge mode with a bit of a... Give him the bumper, but there is no bumper, it's a front wing, so that's not too effective. Oh, Adam Pelk. Adam Pelk is spinning again. He's now 2 laps down, and admittedly at this point, I don't really know. Well, that's an interesting view. Well, it's a good thing Adam Pelk was ghosted there. I'm looking what's gonna be there, me? Yeah, look at the wall overtaking Christian Pacheco. Okay, okay. Suddenly an Alfa Romeo has appeared. Suddenly they were 3 wide for a second. Maybe this is NASCAR. Maybe I'm just getting it wrong. Man, this is gonna be a mess. We have like a DRS train. We've got like the AI around here, but we're not AI. We're, you know, that's a human person. They're gonna be 3 wide into T1. The Renault is sent through the grass. I don't know if that was by choice or what the heck. This is literally pack racing. What is... Oh, we've been turned. It was only a matter of time. Why am I saying we? I'm not on the track. I don't know who did what there, but... Well, yeah, Carr gets a penalty for that corner that he took. But to be honest, I think that might have been worth saving his skin, because otherwise he could have been part of what just happened there. I don't know what on earth just happened through that last, like, 30 seconds of racing, but it was messy. Guyver Boggs is retired. I don't even know where he is on the tracks. Say hi to the safety car, Travis. Scarborough's put on hard tires. Try not to speed again, hey? When did Christian get a penalty? What? I missed something there, I think. Speeding! 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 Yellow flag. Oh, he ignored yellow flag like Parker did, but I guess they did it at the same time, so I only saw the one thing. Notification. That the English. Oh, Clever Boggs DNF'd, like, not intentionally, I guess. I just don't know where he did it. I just know that he's apparently done it somewhere. I think Mikey DeJong just stayed out. and get him the lead, but he's going to be relying on another safety car later to remain relevant in this race. I think. Don't quote me on that. For gas right now. Gas needs to be in the cars, not my stomach. That's the wrong button, Wrecker. Anyway. Safety car again. 10 laps after the previous one. Get that off my screen, please. Oh, that's real good for the engine. I guess it doesn't matter, but in career mode, that would be really not a good thing to do. I don't really think engine temperature is really anything anybody struggles with in this game online. I've certainly never heard about it, if it is a thing that people struggle with. Did AJ pit just now? Oh, he did. He got up to third? When did that happen? Okay. I never quite understood how both drivers get a penalty for hitting each other in their safety car. Like, wouldn't it clearly be one person's fault? And just penalize that person. Like, what? Never made sense to me, never will. Until, you know, it doesn't work anymore. Until it doesn't do that anymore. But caffeine, not coffin, not coppin, caffeine. Okay. Anyway, the safety car will already be going in this lap, actually, earlier than I'd guessed. Get this off my screen. It's time for a restart. Marquis de Jong is out of here. Not even worth putting the camera on him. He's already probably got like a second lead. Okay, never mind, I exaggerate, but still. Here's the ever-silent Connor Hannick on the top 5. Mind you, he started outside the top 10. That's the wrong way. We got an argument, we got a battle between AJ Knickel and a Renault driver, but you don't pass there, so AJ just backs out again. And poor exit out of the chicane for him. I don't think the Mercedes can capitalize. Certainly not when the Red Bull is about to attack. That must be Mitch Kahan because his teammate is out of the race. We are 3 wide because Haas has forced the issue. And we're going to remain 3 wide. Never mind, the Haas finally has backed out. A unique line for Connor Hannick, but I don't think he really had a choice in the matter. Which is sort of what happens when you go too wide through the wall of champions. Might get taken off later, might not. I don't really know. A yellow in Sector 3, it's Adam Pelk again. Not even worth looking at. We already know the deal there. Kahan gets away way better than Hannick, and Jonathan Parker will be left to pick up the scraps from that. Stone Almighty train. Pacheco has a huge run. Parker has a run, but he's not taking it. And Pacheco is ahead of Hannick. Hannick is plummeting fast right now. And we don't even have DRS available yet. Wisely, Carog backs out of that maneuver. Penalty for Wolfgang Stone in the back. Cannot commit to the brakes late enough, so there's no pass to be made there. Meanwhile, get this off my screen, we've got Parker and Kahan. I don't remember who was ahead where. I think he just got passed by the Haas driver. I think. I wasn't paying total attention there. I was busy watching other stuff. We're going to have more of a DRS train as Pacheco is forced off by Kahan. Lee Kelly accidentally sends it and somehow didn't automatically spin Kahan out. This game is physics. I'm really surprised that his car held steady there. It'll give Pacheco the golden opportunity if he can manage to take it away. And they're going to be at a dead heat in the Wall of Champions, and Mitch is there. This is going to be a mess. They bang wheels, and Pacheco's left to deal with the wall, but he stays off of it. Matthew Stott with a huge beneficiary from that one. He picks up 3 places on the exit, and you almost had a 4th one on the Alfa Romeo driver. Carog gets back up to 9th, and Connor Hannick continues to fall down the order. Jake Scarborough is an outsider in this picture as well. Hannick finding some grass. You're not a Honda engine, you're not a lawnmower. Jake doing the same. Hey guys, get into Honda if you're gonna do that. I'm pretty sure they mowed the grass already anyway. Parker looking for the move on AJ Knickel. He's got the softer compound. It shouldn't really be all that hard to manage, and here comes the DRS to seal the deal. There's not much AJ can do except for sit and wait and just accept it. Here comes Lee Kelly. He's looking for a maneuver on Mitch Kahan. He's nowhere near it though, so we'll have to wait. So we got a pause in the action here. I mean, in a normal Grand Prix scenario, this would not be a pause in the action, but compared to what was the last 2 laps, this is relatively tame. Mitch Kahan has missed the hairpin. I keep trying to say a chicane. It's not a chicane. It's a hairpin. There's 3 of them here, but that one's not it. And there's a VSC on the course as Adam Pelk is finally retired. Now we really have a break in the action. The VSC is over. Surprisingly, nobody got caught out by it, because that usually happens to somebody. Immediately, Mitch Kahan with DRS available to him. but it may actually be his detriment. Matthew Stotts can get there, but he cannot. Bit of an accidental nudge. Difference in braking points, I suppose. Not really any real harm done by it just yet, though. And the DRS train continues. I'm trying to desperately keep that McLaren back there. Pelk got run over by the McLaren, and he also completely missed the wall of Champion's Corner. Check out that. What? I have questions. And now Carog is forced into the AlphaTauri. That breaks off a big chunk of his wing. Matthew Stotts has found the grass. Well, that makes sense. You're in a Honda. And now Matthew is in very great danger of losing out on the points positions. And let's look more towards the front. Jonathan Parker has been on a tear so far since the restart. And he has his next target in his crosshairs. Indeed, I mean, background, Scarborough has finally made his way into points positions after getting around Matthew with his probably dirty tires. Not an off-road vehicle. This is not Wreckfest. It might look like it. It's not. I swear. Oh, a huge wall of champions for Parker. This should be about dusted, but no. Setchel breaks massively late, and it keeps that position out of Parker's hands for the moment. Of course, Parker can take a little bit of time on this. He's got plenty of space behind him. He's under no immediate threat from any other car, so he can could take a minute or two to finish this one off, if he has to, which, I mean, it certainly looks like he has to. Setchel is not gonna go quietly, as I'm sure some drivers will probably say. You know exactly who you are. At the front, things aren't really quite as action-packed as I figured they would be. I figured we'd have like some sort of like huge melee between the debuting driver and the resident winner. Mikey's been on a tear lately. I think he won Azerbaijan. That was the race that I was not able to commentate due to my illness. Wasn't COVID-19, obviously, because I'm now over it. Finally. But Parker is back on his gearbox. DRS is available, but it doesn't really do much here. I don't really know why it's here. I went over this in qualifying, but I'll say it again. This DRS zone seems pointless to me. This is not a passing zone. The corner's way too sharp. I don't even know if it's too sharp, but just simply not designed in a way that allows two cars to go through it side by side. And Kelly has caught up to AJ Knickel at his home track. I haven't even mentioned that yet, but yeah. AJ's home turf. He's using it relatively well. Relative compared to how he's been performing. He's outperforming his teammate. Bit of a battle back here. Mitch Gahan has been caught speeding in the pit lane. How'd he get these penalties anyway? I never saw when that happened. One was like 13, like not 13, 10 or something, 11 numbers. And the other one has been... Okay, I'm blind. It doesn't matter, I'm not dwelling on it. Oh, excuse me, I was not ready for that call. Now my ear's outrageously itchy. Okay, well, I'm covered. We'll get back to the battle for the battle for third. Look at the wrong car somewhere. As I was investigating Jake's penalties, Lee Kelly got around the Canadian driver. And Connor Suchel must like literally not have downforce on that car, on that setup right now. Like you just taken the wing and just ripped it off the car as he goes down the straightaway. That's what the thing looks like right now. Parker is so unbearably close, but he just cannot seal the deal on this Renault driver. He's being a very tough out, as it were. There's a huge exit form out of the hairpins, so I don't think it can be done here either. Parker has decided to finally dump some ERS and force the issue to the wall champions, and still can't convert. Is this finally it? Suchel breaks incredibly late. I think he's still going to keep the place. Oh, this is going to be sketchy. Too wide through here. Parker, yeah, breaks very early there. He has no choice but to abort that now. Parker's got to be thinking to himself, what do I got to do to get around this guy? He's pulled out everything. He's dumped the ERS. Parker never has to do that, pretty much. I mean, you can see he's sitting on like almost 60% right now. Like, he's not been using it compared to the 30 of Suchel. And we got Cameron Dowds over here with literally 0. But Mikey DeJong has to pit in. I didn't really factor that in. The medium tires can't actually reach the end from here. And I think we'll be seeing them. No. Oh. Okay, that was interesting. At first I thought he was being forced to serve a stop-go, and then I realized he never had one. And, soon enough, Connor Suchel will be coming in as well, which will give Lee Kelly second place. I was supposed to say the field's kind of spread out right now, but no, it's certainly not, because here comes DeJong on those fresh, soft tires. He's looking to make up 2 places here. Suchel decides to not pit. I'm honestly kind of surprised at that. Oh, jeez. The presence of mind there that DeJong, well, didn't crash into... Never mind. Track limit warning for Parker. That's certainly going to be his undoing later, I have no doubt. That was decisive. Okay. What the hell? Use the language, but I was just utterly shell-shocked by that decision to drop that pass. Golly. Save it for the hairpin. We got to do that anywhere. Okay, that's much more normal. We aren't. You were not clear. You were not clear. That is, that's gotta be crushing. Was not clear of that front wing, and now you've lost many places as a result of that. And DeJong may be back in the pits in a moment as well. Oh yeah, both of them will be. Meanwhile, Barker with the fastest lap of the race. AJ can go looking for a podium. Looking for more if he can get up to the racing point and pass. He's got the same exact tire life as Pacheco ahead of him. They're just down to driver's skills and racecraft, but more importantly, driver's skills. You need the skills to catch him first. Oh, I would safely say he's pretty much caught him. He's got some time, but he's still limited a little bit. Parker will catch these two eventually. More coffee. As DeJong and Kelly are having to probably now fight over just keeping a point-paying position. I don't know what happened to Carog. Central pit in, I know that much. Connor Hannock is looped in the final chicane, or third chicane, not final chicane. A big run for Liam Carog, and Jake just left to spectate that maneuver. Parker closed in 2 seconds on AJ and Christian in that lap alone. But closing rate will ease off a little bit at the end of the race. It's because of tire wear on the softs. Terminology is apparently difficult. You'd think I'd be used to it by now. Anyhow, this is really the only battle that's happening on the track right about now, is between Kinnickle and Pacheco. Oh my God, Parker is getting incredibly close. I think it was a walk-up from AJ, just spied. Massive exit for Pacheco. That's going to leave him well out of AJ's striking range. At least on this straightaway. Better Wall Champions would give him a shot at it, but no. Could not. Could not do that. Oh my God, I was not ready for that. This isn't really the cold at this point. That's just asthma being asthma. AJ, you've run out of time. You're gonna have to. Now you're gonna have to get Parker to move him for you, because he is there. He is 100% there. That was a poor chicane for Parker though, so it's bought AJ a little bit of time. Like, you know, have a chance into T1 if we can nail the Wall of Champions one of these times. But barring that, not likely. Well, certainly better than the last go around. He will have a shot. He will take it. He will run into Christian. And he will not get it. And now Parker has sort of arrived. He's still not totally there, but he's definitely filling AJ's mirrors now. I only wish I could take that corner that fast. We do have Connor Setchel here versus Scarborough in the background, but I think this is the more important place to be looking. And Parker will have one lap to take second place away from Pacheco. He's gonna go for it here. He's gonna get nothing. He's gonna go for it again in the next chicane, and he's still gonna get nothing. Pacheco is very clearly very capable of holding on the outside of these weird chicanes. It's not really that hard, but you know. Parker might get it done there. He will. And AJ is once again going to have that singular chance on Pacheco, but now that Pacheco's got his DRS, it's going to be harder yet. All parties involved basically clear out of ERS. AJ gives the wall and ledge. And oh, there's another lap. Okay, I had noticed. I guess probably because the leader is already on a separate lap from everybody else. There's a yellow in sector 2. I cannot tell what kind of. Oh, it's I believe it's Van Oostendorp around. Yes. I think the results are pretty much settled here. Oh yeah, and I think AJ's tires are just about disintegrated. Well, it's been quite the impressive debut for this driver. And think, not too long ago, he wouldn't even been able to join our through the age requirement, but Cameron Dowd is your winner at the Canadian GP by a resounding 13 seconds. Jonathan Parker comes from... Oh, never mind. Oh, that's crushing. He's gonna lose that. He would have been second, but he will instead get fourth after a last-second corner cut. So Christian Pacheco will finish second. AJ gets a podium at his home track. And McLaren will get a 3-5 finish. Dick Scarborough manages points from 15th on the grid. Possibly more points than that if any of those penalties get revoked later. But preemptively, Mikey De Jong had not had the race that anybody probably expected him to have. He scores one singular point for his troubles after a bit of a NASCAR moment for him here. And now we just wait on Van Oostendorp, and there he goes. Despite this, John Parker's still driver of the day. It's between him or Setchel, really. Or AJ. Man, what year is this that Williams are the winners? 1992? So there are your final results. Parker also had the fastest lap. That may contribute to something. He was the only person, never mind. This is the only person in the race space to get a 109. No, so did Mikey.